your top four for the first sprint race of this evening.
Back again at Phoenix 4. I gotta change that in my own settings as well. We're not at MX5 anymore and we're not at round 6 anymore. No, this is round 7 of the Phoenix Sim Sports Tatuus challenge, and we're racing today at Okayama, a little track in Japan. Very fun, and I think we're gonna see some very exciting racing here today. That's challenge round 7. Alright. That's also sorted, my mistake on that. I mean, right now practice is nearly over. We'll be jumping to qualifying shortly, and then we'll have that followed by 2 20-minute races, which will be very important for the man we're following right now, Marcel Migu. He's currently in the standings. He is P2 behind even Melendez. He's only 70 points behind, but the fight is still on. Last season, Marcel Migu was also on the back foot in the final few rounds, but he still managed to catch up and win the championship, so it's still on for him. I mean, last race for him, it was a P2 at Spa. Melendez had a P1 then. Jack Smith, who's P3 in the standings, got a P4 last time around, and we had Eric Johansson, a P3 at Spa. So we will see what all these drivers really will be able to do today. Johansson already today, if we're looking at the practice times right now, we have Melendez fastest, but not by much, only 600ths faster than Marcel Migu, and then Johansson in P3, who's 2/10 behind. So our top 3 from last time around is our top 3 right now in practice, but there's still 2 races to go, and of course a qualifying session, so it's all still on the table. Looks like we are joined by about 15 drivers, not including me with that, of course. And yeah, if I'm correct, yes, we have HCE with us today. Hello, HC.
Hello.
Alright, and this time you're not muted for the stream, so that's very positive.
Well, the negative being this is technically this is the 24th hour that I've been awake consecutively. We're into hour 24. I woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday, and it's 4:02 a.m. on the next day right now.
I couldn't even stay awake that long if I tried. I tried for F1 honestly, but 40 minutes before the race or so I just fell asleep and woke up to a double disqualification from McLaren, so I need my sleep.
That was something.
Yeah, but I mean, luckily we don't see any disqualifications here in Tatuus, because we don't have blankware issues, of course.
Very true.
I mean, at least I finally got the steering wheels to work again, so...
Ah, that's good.
Yes, as we're going to be following Marcel Migu, who's on this outlap right now. The car, of course, P2 right now. See what he can do in qualifying. Perkins is still with it, same for Ethan Wall and a few others. So getting a
Even Melendez. Oh, even Melendez just disconnected. I hope the championship leader can join back
Yeah, otherwise
soon.
he's back now.
There he
Otherwise
is.
it would be some
Yeah.
easy points for Marcel Migu. I mean, Okayama, I've only seen clips of it online, and I've been looking at the track map a few times. Lots of corner names with corner within it, or curve. I mean, only one curve. So once we round up the final curve called Last Corner with Marcel Migu, we'll take you through the track as he's being kind of held up right now.
Oh. He needs a bigger gap because Retrospect is well making his debut tonight in the Tatuus series, so he's not going to be that fast. So, and Luis Rubiales has been kicked like last week, unfortunately.
Yes, but here we go through last corner and onto the main straight where Marcel Migu will start his lap. He gives some space to the car ahead, so he has more clean air to set a lap, which will probably be a 1:27 approximately. Into the first corner, evidently named first corner, very fast one, which leads us into Williams. Another corner. To a very fun section I've found to look at this. It's the Moss S flat out little to add with curve. Miku goes right now with a purple sector, 20 seconds passing in that sector. Into the next straight, there's a bit of elevation here. You go uphill, downhill as Marcel Miku has been giving space there into the hairpin corner. I mean, that looked like a bit of a battle there. Bit of a camper there, not a lot, into Revolver corner, which is a double apexer, if I'm right. No, Revolver into Piper corner, I call them really learn these track names, into Redman's corner, two purple sectors already from Marcel Miku, and then into
Third gear.
Mike Knight, and then
He was first there.
oh, and then into last corner. What fun corner names, really? It's corner. And Marcel Miku will set a lap for 1:27.06. So might we see a 1:26.9 here today?
Surely yes.
Yeah,
Arthur, check DM, please.
Back to the pits.
What did Mav say? What did he say
Arthur.
anything?
Could you check your DMs, please? Yes, thank you.
Ah.
I mean, the issue is one thing I cannot put louder, unfortunately, and that's my mic, so...
Whose mic is low? I mean, we can just talk, it's fine. Yours is low.
Apparently. Which is strange, because this is the loudest I can put it at, so...
You can add a boost in OBS. I believe. I think. Yes. I mean, this is qualifying. You can sort your issues out.
Oh yes, I will do
'Cause,
that very quickly.
Yeah, I'll talk through some of the actions. So Ivan Melendez, the championship leader, purple sector 3, which moves him up to third. But he's 6/10 away from Marcel Miku, who is not improving on his second lap so far after 2 sectors. Let's see if he can pull out a brilliant final sector, which he doesn't, so no improvement for Marcel Miku, but for now he's at the front as Eric Johansson sets the fastest final sector to go up to P3. Matt Pry moves up to P4. And yeah, 9 people have set a valid time so far. As Findlay second now coming across the line to move up to P7. A purple sector 1 for Marcel Miku. Findlay second gets it all wrong into turn 1, so he will bail out of the lap. But Marcel Miku is looking to improve on his 1:27 flat down into the hairpin of turn 5. again, third gear, so yeah, definitely a different gear ratio to what I was using. Because once again, I was down to first gear in that corner. And Marcel Miku choosing a different kind of well, gear ratio setting as well as driver preference. Because on higher gear, you can basically make the car more stable. But obviously, the exit might be slightly slower because you'll be on lower revs. As Rubiales, who joined the session, gets out of the way, and up to P2 goes Ivan Melendez, just 700ths of a second slower than Marcel Miku. Marcel Miku cannot improve the benchmark. He lost time in the middle sector, the green first and third sector, but that was all in vain.
Yeah, and Jack
How
Smith
about-
right now with the fastest first sector.
And he's into the final corner. Let's see if he can improve. He needs a 0.2 improvement to go pole. But he's got
He's done it.
so far.
We're still not at
Oh.
our 26.9 laps. It's all very, very close right now. Within the 27s, our top 3 is separated by very, very little. Let me do the maths. That's 83,000
of
wow,
88.
math.
But anyway, Ivan Melendez coming out of the final corner. He's done 2 green sectors. This could be pole. This is pole. Wow.
And it's not our 26.9, it's even better, it's a 26.7. Gotta restrain myself there. But yeah, great lap from him there. The brain rot's getting to me. As he's back to the pits, will he drive out again? Or will he sit in the pits? Right now it's looking like he's staying. Never mind, then he just gets moved.
He's driving out, yeah. So
Yeah.
Marcel Miku into the pits as well. So both of the championship contenders will have one final lap to do. Matt Pryor coming across the line, currently P5. And he is starting a lap now, so that doesn't matter. Daniel Henry improves his time, but not position. He's still P6, as next up is Retrospect. No green sectors whatsoever, so the British driver will not be improving on this lap. Galena Petralia, who's only set at 220 so far, and Vittorio Day, another new Tatuus driver. He is very competitive in the TCR series. Absolutely no idea whether he's good or not in single-seaters. We shall see tonight.
He's spinning around a bit. I just seen him hit a very clean donut, but of course, I think it was his outlap as he's going through the last corner right now.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to overheat your tires.
Yeah, no,
on the outlap, as
exactly.
Finley Secker goes up to P7, beating Alan Funnel by 38,000ths of a second, but he got a very terrible exit coming out of turn 1, and I don't think he's going to improve on his final effort, as Jayla Stoner, the Filipino, has joined. Too late for qualifying, but he can still do the races.
I mean, I've been late for qualifying myself in 1 or 2 races in my career, and you can still make up quite a lot of positions, especially on a standing start, so as long as he gets a good start, he can maybe recover some positions that he wasn't able to get via qualifying.
True. Daniel Henry across the line. He can't improve the lap. He'll have one final attempt. Marcel Miku is into the gravel. He's pushed too hard on his outlap that will absolutely ruin his run down towards turn 1 on the final lap. A crucial mistake potentially for our reigning champion. Marcel Miku making the mistake in the final corner. So surely sector 1 is going to be compromised. He's pushing it to the edge into turn 2. He needs at least beat Jack Smith to at least grab a front row, but he's lost 1.4 tenths after the first sector. As Ivan Melendez into the double left-hander of turn 6 at turn 7, and he pulls out. So Melendez is done, but his lead is 0.3 of a second. I don't think anybody's challenging him.
I mean, you would have to pull off a world wonder in order to gain that time back on him, especially if you're Marcel Miku right now. Already not doing great on your first sector, as the car looked a bit shaky there. He had through pistol curve or revolver curve. Yeah, I mean, that did not look great, and we'll see how that reflects on his time. Yeah, also not great. So I don't think we'll see him improve in this rest of the session.
Up to P9 goes Leila Petralia, but
Yeah,
she is
spot.
2 seconds off the pace. So as Matt Pryor comes across the line, he improves by 52 thousandths of a second, but not position. Who is still out there? Retrospect is still out there. Jack Smith sets the fastest sector 2, but he's wide at turn 8. He's way too wide at turn 8 and very hesitant through turn 9. I don't think this will challenge a pole unless he gets a perfect final corner. Has to add in another double brake on the steering all the way out wide. I don't think that's a 26. It is? My goodness!
What a lap.
Now, if he didn't make those mistakes, he could have been on pole. He was way too deep into turn 8 from what I saw there.
Well, I mean, it's clear he's pretty strong around this track thus far. Still not near Melendez as much as he'd hope, but I mean, these are provisional positions. Even Melendez with a 126.7 with Jack Smith behind a 126.8, so those are the only ones within the 126s. From them we have Marcel Miku in P3, Eric Johansson a bit farther behind in P4 with Matt Pryor starting behind him in the same row as Daniel Airy. Again, quite a big qualifying gap. Then in P7 we have Alan Foinon, who's very close with Daniel Secker, only 44 thousandths of a second to be exact. Then Leila Petralia is starting on 9th place with Lachlan P behind. Then we have Ethan Wall in P11, retrospective P12, Rubiales in P13, and Vittorio Day not a valid lap, so we will start last in P14.
We would not start last because we've got Aaron Harris as well as Jay Lazona behind.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Harris is serving a qualifying ban. That's the reason he's not done qualify. So he will start from 15th on the grid for race number 1.
Doesn't have a lap set. As my
and Rubiales is gone again, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, somehow nobody beat my practice lap time again, so I still believe the server is different between the practice and the official server, even though I do not understand it at all. Because I did a 26.6 in practice server.
I mean, that is a great lap. We're looking at our final grid. The car there at the back already has a bit of an angle at the start compared to the rest.
Interesting. Anyway, the lights are coming on. For
yes,
me, at least.
Starting lights.
And we are go. It's a great start by Marcel Miku. Ivan Melendez immediately tries to cut off Jack Smith, but his start is absolutely terrible. Jack Smith has the lead into turn 1. Marcel Miku around the outside will take second away from Ivan Melendez. What a shocking start for our championship leader. He's down to third from pole position as Marcel Miku goes side by side with Jack Smith fighting for the lead.
Again, what a great start. I mean, both of them just completely jumped Melendez, and Miku still around the outside, holding on to get that P1 right now from Jack Smith. I mean,
contact at the back. Aaron Harris has dive on someone, but now, oh, this is going to be so difficult. They're about to go 3 wide, down into the hairpin. Whoa!
He took the banking there completely perfectly, and he retains his position, but Melendez now in front of Jack Smith, so he's taken that position back, but he still wants to claim that P1 from his pole position.
Yeah. This is a dream scenario for Marcel Miku. But let's see. Oh, Ivan Melendez almost on the grass. That was so almost disaster. Because these final sequence of corners, they are very slippery. And Marcel Miku is off into the final corner. He's gone onto the gravel, and now Ivan Melendez has to run towards turn 1, but perhaps he's not close enough. No, he's not close enough just yet.
I mean, but he will keep getting closer and closer and closer if Miku keeps
Oh,
making
spin.
the mistakes.
Spin for Finley Saka into turn 1. I don't think he hit anybody or anybody hit him. I think that is a under braking, oversteer, downshifting moment, whatever you call it. As Melendez looks to the inside of Marcel Miku, he's got it wrong. Slipstream is really effective here because you're using very high downforce setup due to all of the low speed hairpins and chicanes. So Slipstream is extremely powerful. Marcel Miku has to defend the middle line, and Melendez pulls to the inside, and he's almost hit him.
That
Oh
was
my God,
way too close for comfort, personally. Wow. I mean, beautiful sand into the hairpin there, but yeah, it didn't work for now. But it's clear he's carrying more speed through the corners as he's half on the grass. That just gives Jack Smith the perfect opportunity to snake right in there and get that position. That was done beautifully.
It did. And we've got huge battles behind. Lachlan PP going around the outside of Vittorio Day, but he's lost the position now to Anthony Perkin, I think. So Vittorio Day up to P8 on his debut. That is fantastic from Vittorio so far. And we've also had battle between 5th, 6th and 7th, and they're all in the train from P5 to P10, and Eric Johansson is the loneliest man on the grid right now. He's nowhere near the front 3, but he's pulled a gap to the guys behind. Melendez is faster than Jack Smith, but if he can't clear Jack Smith fast enough, Marcel Miku will run away.
Yeah, I mean, I think the battle up front will be interesting, but
Off goes
there.
Vittorio Day, off goes Lachlan PP. They both just run into the gravel coming out of turn 2. And that's 2 free positions for Anthony Perkin. Up to P8 goes Anthony Perkin. So even Melendez losing positions, his teammate Perkin gaining 2 there. Well, just being on the road. That's all he did.
Well, yeah, I mean, staying on the road is very important, except if you're doing rally, of course, but that's not what these cars are made for, unfortunately.
No.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't driven the track myself, so I cannot really judge, but yeah.
Okay, so I'll talk you through some of the dangers. So here in this hairpin that Ivan Melendez is on, there's a kind of a bump on the exit. So if you hit that wrong, you get a big tank slapper. Turn 10, the inside curb can spin you out if you complete hook it. Turn 11, the inside curb is extremely slippery. The outside, you can use the red and white, but if you go onto the red sausage, it will slow you down a lot. And now into turn 1. This is really tricky because you're almost braking and turning at the same time. This is why we saw Finley Saka, or I believe we saw Finley Saka spin without getting hit. And turn 2, you basically take a lift and then full throttle power it out of the exit because you want to basically keep the momentum down towards this short shoot. And turn 3 is basically a fake corner. So the exit is so crucial coming out of turn 2, which means you have to try to pin the throttle as early as possible. This is why we see a lot of drivers going wide off onto the right-hand side of the turn of the second turn, because they're just trying to keep aggressive, but they can't do it because they don't have enough edge grip on the tires.
I mean, the curbs on the last few corners, I definitely saw that once I was looking at practice, looking at the driver's drive there. I think I myself would probably spin there a few times, especially on my outlaps once I'm getting into the right headspace. But yeah, up front, Marcel Miku is just extending very slightly. I mean, I think they're all very equal on pace, but Melendez, not optimal for him looking at the championship fight. Miku, however, very happy probably that he's at least getting some points compared to his championship rival, as Melendez right now starts creeping up on Jack Smith. We'll take a look at the rear view. Yeah, still too far behind, unfortunately, so not really going to see a move there soon.
Yeah, I think Melendez should be faster in terms of race pace. So Jackson made it a lot about like when he can make the decisive move. And also interestingly, Matt Pryor is actually on hard tires tonight. So when the driver that normally uses mediums for every single Tatuus race decides to use the hards, that means probably hards is just the choice tonight.
I mean, we'll see how others might struggle on their mediums. I mean, it's a bit early to tell, but that's always a possibility, of course. Marcel Miku right now, however, 1 second gap already, so he's going to be very happy. Further back, Anthony Perkin, though, starting to get close to Foinat, but not there yet completely.
Yeah, the reason Foinat has been struggling now is because he's on medium tires and they could be over. He just makes a mistake at turn 8, so Anthony Perkin tries the up and down there. He's got it wrong, but you don't really gonna go side by side here. Yeah, sensible from Anthony Perkin. Because if you try to go side by side into the Panama corner, you're just gonna end into the gravel. But yes, Perkin is faster, and surely this move is just a matter of time.
It's all about patience, you know, and that's what Birkin needs to have right now. He is close. Yeah, just have to wait for the perfect opportunity. We're going to come near a very heavy braking zone right now, but he's just a bit too far behind now.
Fight for P2. Melendez got a great run. Coming out of turn 4, he's drafting down the back straight. Jack Smith has to feel the need to defend the middle line. Melendez will try to roll all the way around the outside at turn 5. That is brilliant. He's still got a nose into turn 6. Jack Smith has to give way. And even Melendez up to P2 for now. Jack Smith still hanging there around the outside of turn 7. He has to yield. And the championship leader back up to P2. But he's 1.8 seconds behind Marcel Miku. He's still got 11 minutes to try to catch the gap. But like we saw there, if you try to battle, you will lose time. So yes, pick your battles carefully and cleverly.
It's 1.5 seconds right now that even Melendez should have to try to catch up to. So in qualifying he showed some great pace. Marcel Miku right now just has to not make any mistakes in the next 11 minutes, and then it should clear him, but anything can still happen, of course. Jack Smith starting to drop back by a bit though, so that's not good for him. Eric Johansson right now in P4, pretty lonely race for him thus far. He's 3 seconds behind and 4 seconds ahead, so
he got a podium at a battle with P5, by the way. Matt Pryor was loose into turn 1. I think he's struggling for pace slightly, so Daniel Harris got it wrong. But he's forced to go around the outside. He's braked way later than Matt Pryor. But he can't turn the car in. Matt is still there, but he's gonna get the switchback and get to the inside of turn 6. So move completed for Daniel Harry as he moves up into P5.
And Retrospect just had a crash. I saw on the track map he was off at turn 2, so yeah, he's in P50.
Vittorio Day is off as well. Yeah, Vittorio Day is absolutely. Oh, and he's been hit. I think he's just been hit. Oh, and Finley Saka spins again. This time alone again. Coming out of the turn 5 hairpin. He just passed Leila Petralia, and then he's thrown it away, and Alan Funnel is off into the final corner. Anthony Perkin takes P7, says thank you very much. Matt Pryor is trying to repass Daniel Harry. Everything kicking off in the same moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was just everything happening everywhere all at once. Just crash, 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 and we were barely able to follow that.
I am watching a replay of a 3-car crash. Oh my goodness. Who is that?
Well, I mean, further up the grid, Marcel Miku right now can stretch his legs a bit because there's a lapped car near Jack Smith and even Melendez, they just got through Johansson's next to pass the lapped car. It did give Marcel Miko about half a second on Melendez, so he's not going to be complaining about that at all.
Well, we have some serious contact at the rear end of the field. Oh, ooh, Anthony Perkin, is it?
Yes,
It
it's
is.
Anthony Perkin. I mean, what happened there? I just saw him go in the background and there he was in the wall.
Well, I'm back into the replays, so I think he must have just gone wide on the right-hand side of turn 7. Let's have a look. So, yes, he's just driven onto the grass. He was actually 4 wheels on the grass there, so yeah, he was never going to save that.
So Rubiales disconnects yet again, and we're still following the battle between Daniel Airy and Matt Pryor. I mean, these two great racecraft they're displaying today.
Yes, but let me talk you through the incident that I just saw now 2 laps ago in towards turn 1. Leila Petralia basically went off at turn 1. She was trying to carry too much speed, and she was onto the grass, onto the gravel, and then spun across the track when Vittorio Day and Retrospect was battling side by side behind her. Oh, there's another spin in the background, but yes, but so yes, so back to Leila Petralia. So she basically spun across the track and took 2 others with him. And then Vittorio Day, I think, spun on his own into turn 4. He was waiting on the edge of the track. He was rejoining, not in the most dangerous way, but he was edging towards like the track. But then Retrospect, I don't think he even braked for yellow flag. He just drove into Vittorio Day. It's a bit of unsafe rejoin and then not braking for yellows. It's probably 50-50 for the second incident, but for the first, I'm not sure if Leila could have done anything else. She was probably just trying to keep the momentum on the grass, but then she did spin across the track and took out 2 other people, so
I mean,
that was messy.
Vittorio's just in the pits right now, and yeah, Matt Pryor.
His car must be really damaged.
Yeah, probably, and Matt Pryor, he's really mainly gaining that time in the 3rd sector from what I've been seeing. A few missed apexes unfortunately throughout sector 1 and 2, but sector 3 is where he really gets close, so he just has to nail those exits there, and we might have a move on our hands soon. He's just still chasing.
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic Aaron Harris around the outside of Leila Petralia at turn 2. Yeah, I think Leila is actually struggling here tonight. She's probably still getting used to the Tatuus cars, because she's been doing MX5 and TCR mainly. And clearly the choice of line and throttle application there was a bit off the optimum as Matt Pryor keeps chasing down Daniel Airy. I'm very surprised that we don't see more close battles, because this is a track that me and Matt Pryor battled for 10 laps straight side by side in practice server, so
it does look like a track that's great for battles. You have some very nice braking zones, some very nice fast flowing corners, but also some killer curbs, of course, which always spices everything up.
Chance close.
Matt Pryor right now pulls alongside Daniel Airy around the outside. He does not make it stick, but will he have the slipstream onto the next straight? That's the real question.
He's gone a bit too wide. The optimum lines through turn 4 is actually not to go wide. You actually cut back really early, but he's got the toe. Daniel Airy doesn't defend the inside line. That could be a mistake. He does break. Ooh.
That lockup nearly ended Daniel Airy's race there, but no. Pryor, what a man you are, saving that and not hitting your opponent. Bravo, kudos to you. And still in the chase, I mean. He's a man who does not want to give up at all.
Yeah, that could have been absolutely disastrous, but yeah. he just about did enough.
I mean, I've done worse things myself, so... Cannot blame him, even if he were to have made contact.
Yeah, fastest lap for Marcel Miku. The gap is now 1.7 seconds. As Anthony Perkin, after his crash and spin, is now re-entering the fight with Alan Fanon. Clearly, Perkin is fast. He is always fast in these tight and twisty circuits. We saw it in Margione last season, but then he makes kinds of mistakes. He's trying to go all the way around the outside into turn 1. He'll get the inside for turn 2.
Whoa! And he's
That
off.
is completely on Perkin, and Fanon is also off. He understeered into the pass of Fanon, and Lachlan PP just about avoid both of them. And through goes Lachlan PP. Up to P7.
Fanon really at the worst of that. I mean, he's lost the most positions, and Perkin, I mean, not giving the position back, so we'll probably be looking at a penalty if he keeps driving on. So
yeah, that's probably a 20-second penalty if it gets reported, I think, by Phoenix Sim Sport standards.
I would report that personally.
Ooh, Ivan Melendez with the fastest lap. Too little, too late, surely? Surely?
I think so. It would take a massive mistake from Marcel Miku for him to catch back up. We're in the penultimate lap right now, so he'd have to gain about 75 hundredths of a second just per lap to get back closer, which, I mean, the time still fluctuates. It's not even counting a battle, as there are some lapped cars ahead though, so...
There are a lot of lapped cars ahead.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them, no?
Yeah, there are about 3
troublesome.
lapped cars ahead of our leaders right now, so...
This could be really, really bad. Because he's still got 1 lap to do. And they are not getting out of the way at all.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Retrospec is still there. Vittorio Day is still there. Retrospec, like he did to
Miku
me
making
in
a bit of
Turkey.
contact there. Miku
Oh
spins!
my
He
God.
spun! And he
Oh
hits the
my
wall!
God.
P3 right now!
That should be a disqualification on Retrospec. I'm sorry, but he's done that again and again and again.
Well,
I've
know...
experienced that.
I know Marcel Miku.
And he's... Why is he there?
What the fuck was that? Sorry for my language, by the way, but what was that? I was just looking at Miku and suddenly there's a car driving rather odd there.
A battle for P5, by the way. This is
yeah, I
actually a
mean,
change of
Daniel Harry
position.
side by side with Matt Pryor into turn 1, round the outside.
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant
Fantastic
move
defense. But Marcel Miku has just lost 36 points. Actually,
Well,
no,
yeah,
20, yes. He would have gained 14. He's now losing 20, so he's lost 34 points. That's championship done almost.
God bless his sanity right now, because I know he will not be happy with this. I mean...
Honestly, I would have just turned my laptop off immediately, even if I'm in a championship fight. That is utterly ridiculous.
I would be frugally assaulting people, personally, as we see it. Almost a cent there.
He sent it.
Oh, it is a cent, wow.
He sent Daniel Harry off. Oh, he's
a bit shaky there, Matt Pryor, but...
Yeah, he's run into the rear end of Daniel Harry, because Daniel Harry got scared and basically ran too deep. So that's how Matt Pryor got a better exit, but yeah, surely now Matt Pryor won't attack anymore, because... Anyway, Ivan Melendez is going to win. Somehow, some way.
In some nice celebratory weaving, Jack Smith P2, Johansson P3, and Miku.
Oh my god, Miku is down to P4.
P4, man.
Matt Pryor is not getting Daniel Harry. What happened to Marcel Miku? He shouldn't be P4, should he?
I mean, he was running P3, but yeah.
Oh, he spot on the same corner. on the final lap. This time on his own without the left car.
That's
And
unfortunate.
Eric
for him, huh?
Johansson passed him in the penultimate corner.
I mean, very happy for Eric Johansson, of course, but poor Marcel, man.
So where has Marcel Miko parked? He's
Well,
parked
yeah, I mean,
somewhere that I don't even know.
I'm going to go into photo mode because I've seen him here parked earlier. Some tracks they leave these openings. I know Road America, you have a very long straight into a heavy braking zone somewhere, which also has a section like this where you can just cut across the track, and then you have an invalid but faster lap going through there. As
Well,
Marcel Miko
yeah,
still there. I
he
mean,
did the first part of the left and right, like around the wall, and then he just smashed into the wall. I mean, that just tells you everything, to be honest.
I know
Like,
I would be
like
fuming,
that.
so
To be
for
fair, retrospect was in front of me for about 2 corners only. But it's the leader, and it's happened. Well, I've seen it happen to me at Turkey twice in Formula Alpha, and now it's happening in front of my eyes. Even though it doesn't affect me, it directly affects the championship.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
now
I mean,
Marcel Miko lost 26 points when he would have gained 14. That's a 40-point swing. So instead of being 56 points behind even Melendez, he's now 96 points behind, which is almost a full round of points. And with 3 rounds plus 1 more race to go, it's basically a mountain to climb. He would need either win every single remaining race or for Evan Melendez to miss a round to make a comeback, in my opinion. Because that gap is now way
yeah.
too huge, unfortunately, for Marcel Miko.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Marcel Miko drive around the Red Bull Ring or Road America, but I've seen him drive around Barcelona, so I think in the season finale he'll have to do his utter best, and I know he can score well there, but yeah, I don't want to call the championship over, of course, but it's gotten a whole lot more difficult for Marcel Miko.
Yeah, but I see Fano and Perkin chatting, talking about their incident at turn 2. I mean, Fano left more than Akash was on the inside. I think it's kind of a misjudgment from Perkin because he just understeered slightly wide and tagged the left rear wheel of Fano, at least from my point of view. Of course, it could look different on drivers' POVs because people have lag and ping and all sorts kind of stuff. But I think that was more on Perkin than Fano, if I had to ping somebody on it. But yeah, that was one of the worst standings to a race that I've ever seen. But even Melendez did nothing wrong. He got a terrible start, but he passed Jack Smith quite quickly, and then he put Marcel Miko under pressure, which worked, because if he's not close enough, Marcel Miko might be more patient around the back markers and might not be that eager on throttle and might not spin. But yeah, that is suboptimal for everybody involved in that race.
Oh yes, we'll have Ethan Wall starting on race 2 pole, so we will see what he will able to
The
bring to the
Honda
table.
livery in the Japanese track, very fitting.
Yeah, exactly. I do not understand why the Assetto Corsa camera is wobbling so hard right now. The cars are standing still, but the lights have come to our screens as they're starting to go. 6 red lights, And we're off right now. What a start from Marcel Miku at the back there, already claiming lives and those positions, man. Beautiful as Ethan Wall goes a bit wide there, still maintains the lead. We see a car go off there.
Matt Pryor. Oh, hit! Ivan Melendez has hit somebody! Ivan Melendez has hit Jack Smith and hit Eric Johansson!
Lots
oh my
of crashes
goodness.
at the back. Petralia also slide spin Johansson off.
The top three in race 1 just hit each other into turn 2. I think Ivan Melendez is looking at a huge penalty there. He drilled the back of Jack Smith.
Yeah, and he's about to probably get overtaken by Findlay Secker right now.
And Marcel Miku is going 3 wide. He's going for the lead. Marcel Miku is going for the lead.
Bit of contact there, gives him a position, then he gets tagged in the rear. He has to go around the outside at Revolver corner right now. He takes it, so he only has to take Ethan Wall right now. He might be able to claim some valuable points that he lost from race 1. As he just goes, he powers through. Kind of slow on the middle of the corner there. Contact as he spins!
Oh, he's being hit.
What a race too. Thus far he's still in it. He's still P3, but that hits our man in pole, Ethan Wall, who's also side by side, as I think I saw a bit of contact there again from other cars. What is happening?
I think Ethan Wall braked too late and hit the back of Marcel Miku. The problem is, Ivan Melendez is now right behind Marcel Miku. Miku couldn't run away and the leader is off. Lachlan PP driven clean off into turn 1 and off goes the Findlay. No. Oh, who also went off? That was... I've lost count. Somebody also went off at turn 1. Marcel Miku is going for the lead again. Oh, Matt Pryor this time. Around the outside of turn 3. 4 rather. He needs to be brave. Matt Pryor gives him the squeeze. And now Ivan Melendez has the double toe. Marcel Miku is through. He is clear into the lead. Matt Pryor is a good driver. He's not gonna hit Marcel Miku, at least I believe, into the braking. He's fighting for the position though. Matt Pryor doesn't want to let this go. He's to the inside.
Whoa! That was very close there from Matt Pryor, but Marcel Miku just retains the lead. He's gonna try and run away from it. Melendez might be looking at a penalty, so he will also be trying to gain every position he can as to not be affected too much, but Pryor, I think he's going to give him a good battle. What an opening lap, that I must say.
Yeah. Talk us through the live actions, I mean the replays right now.
Alright, well yeah, right now looking at Marcel Miku's rear wing is Matt Pryor, and Melendez very close behind. He's in the slipstream right now. He's gonna try and send it into turn 1, I can assure you that. And yes, he goes there. Around the inside, yeah. He's got the position as of now, but Pryor is still trying to put up a fight. He's in the slipstream as they're heading through the Moss S. Pryor's gonna try and send it. No, that did look like a bit of contact. As he spins, Matt Pryor's off into the gravel after making contact with Ivan Melendez's rear. That puts Findlay Secker up to P3, Daniel Airy up to P4, and Lachlan PP up to P5. What have you found in the replays, HC? Because...
Yes, I just saw Matt Pryor spin. That was him misjudging the speed difference between himself and Ivan Melendez. But yes, going back to the start, there was a checkup at turn 2 by Daniel Airy, I believe, which means Jack Smith has to kind of, well, not go on throttle mid-turn 2, but Ivan Melendez was basically going full throttle there already, and later Petralia is in the wall live action.
Yes.
But yes, Ivan Melendez did hit Jack Smith and took out Eric Johansson on the outside as well. And because it's lap 1, if it gets reported, we could be seeing a 25 or 35 second penalty, because lap 1 incidents are going to be penalized much harder. Oh, and spin! Matt Pryor is off again in the final corner. Jack Smith goes one way, Ethan Wall goes the other way. They've split him and they consume their battle for P6. And Jack Smith goes the inside into turn 1 and he takes the position, takes P7 away from Ethan Wall, and Matt Prior's race has gone from bad to worse to shocking. And regarding the contact between Marcel Miko and Ethan Wall in the final sector on lap 1, it was both of them turning into each other. So I don't actually think Ethan Wall is fully responsible there. He did get a shaky exit, so he kind of went into the pass. So Marcel Miko was trying to open up the corner, so Marcel Miko was turning left, Ethan Wall was turning right to correct his car. It's kind of 50-50 in my opinion.
And right now, Matt Prior centering it down the inside of Ethan Wall. What a beautiful move there. And we're getting Aaron Harris close there as well as, yeah, Finley Secker. Bit of contact there with Daniel Airy into that corner there. And
that was Daniel Airy passing Finley Secker at turn 7. So a very brave move from Daniel Airy, and the leaders are 5/10 apart. Well, let's hope no blue flag cars are going to ruin a lead battle in the second race.
Yes, and I'm putting up my mini player for Aaron Harris as well, who just makes a move onto the main straight right there. He's side by side with Ethan Wall, slight bit of contact there, but he made it stick. He's powering through to turn 1. Ethan Wall, too far. Oh, I don't think that's a car park there. That's probably a visual bug. Learned that from last round, of course. Yeah, even Melendez gets close. He loses a bit of time. I think we're gonna see that happen a few more times. As Finley Secker also trying to get close to Daniel Airy.
Vittorio there is off into turn 2. I think that's a single car incident. So clearly he is struggling on these Tatuus cars. As Leila Petralia passes Jay Lozona into P14. Finley Secker is dropping back from Daniel Airy. Well, the gap is still 5/10. Finley Secker has actually done pretty well to basically keep the pace with Daniel Airy.
Leila Petralia right now, P13, gets a move sent on her, but yeah, no, that's 2 cars just slipping on through. No, not yet. I mean, only 1 car overtake there, which was Retrospect, but Xavier Christer Lozona is also still behind there. Petralia moving out of the slipstream, rejoining back to the racing line, seeing that the move was futile, as Melendez sets the fastest lap of the race.
Vittorio Date has had enough. He's had enough, yeah. Well, it is quite difficult this circuit because of all the curbs and the sand for Anthony Perkin, but he didn't scare Alan Fromm on top. These two are battling again and battle for P5. Eric Johansson has a run on Lackland PP around the outside of turn 3. Careful, careful, on throttle, he'll get the toe. And Lackland PP, will he defend the inside line or will he let Eric Johansson go? I think he's choosing to do his own race. So both Eric Johansson and Jack Smith, who got involved in that lap 1 turn 2 incident with Ivan Melendez, are recovering nicely. Up to P5 goes Eric Johansson, and Jack Smith surely will pass Lackland PP in the coming corners.
Yeah, and then we also just saw Leila Petralia there get hit into the gravel by Retrospect, so not the race she hopes for, of course, nobody hopes for that, but she still carries on with 11 minutes to go in the race, so we're nearly at the halfway mark.
Oh, good exit by Jack Smith. He's gonna try to go around the outside in the phenomenal corner. This is never seen before. Around the outside of the final corner. Has he done it? They're still side by side.
Easing there. Just a wow, Jack Smith. What a move there. As he tries to defend around the outside. Almost contact there, but nothing yet as Jack Smith stays P6 for now. Lackland PP
brilliant.
Dropped back a bit, but that was indeed brilliant.
That is simply breathtaking. Going around the outside of the penultimate corner and then the final corner.
Well, yeah, and
I never
seem to have an issue because she's back in P15.
Yeah,
Big gaps
not
all around
ideal
there.
for
It's clearly not her
the
race.
Italian driver.
I mean,
No,
she was
and he's
P13
off.
back
She's
in
off into
P15,
the
so
grass again. Yeah, she's clearly struggling. Probably doesn't have the best setup, considering that. Well, this is his second race, I think. She did Imola, but she retired early, I believe. So, well, this is basically her first proper round of the season, and unlike MX5, Tatuus actually quite dependent on setups. These cars.
yeah, indeed. I mean, once aerodynamics are in the picture, you really have to open your eyes and wake up. So,
Ooh, mistake for Ivan Melendez. He got all cooked on the inside curb on turn 2. So he has to basically lift off to avoid spinning into the grass, and he's lost 3/10. The gap back over a second between Marcel Miku and Ivan Melendez. As his teammate, Melendez's teammate Anthony Perkins, this time seems to have made a clean move on Alan Fano up to the top 10. Goes the other Spanish driver, as Aaron Harris putting Matt Pryor under huge pressure, who's had 2 spins already, probably has damage on the car. So Matt Pryor struggling in race 2.
I mean, of course, we're gonna see Aaron Harris try to take advantage of that, but he's not going for a move yet. He's still too far behind, so he's gonna wait patiently, get closer, and try to hunt him. Still in the slipstream. Still behind though. It's always difficult when you're too far behind to make a move. Then you just have to be patient and hope to carve ahead if you brake on time, and you brake on time as well, so you don't have any contact into the last 2 corners. Final corner, will he have a good exit? Will he be able to take the slipstream? Kind of looks like it. I'm gonna take a look at Matt Pryor's rear wing. Yes, I mean, he's kind of moving out of it already.
Off goes Eric Johansson. Johansson is off into turn 2, and in turn 1 there's a chance for Jack Smith going around the outside of turn 2. The Polish driver Jack Smith is trying to take advantage of Eric Johansson's Swede's mistake at turn 1, and they are side by side down towards turn 4. Jack Smith takes the position away from Eric Johansson as Aaron Harris sends it around the outside of Matt Pryor into turn 4.
What a beautiful move from Jack Smith there, but Eric Johansson will still be trying to make the move right now. He pulls alongside into the hairpin. Heavy braking, but Jack Smith just manages to take it there, still side by side, but Jack Smith just manages to edge him out. He still has a bit of room down the inside. He goes through revolver curve into the next one. Still side by side. I mean, HC, you said you had a side-by-side battle for multiple laps here in practice. I think we're seeing that repeat right now in the race.
Yes, they have very similar pace and they're still side by side. You can basically stay side by side for the whole lap, but the problem is you are way slower in terms of lap time. They were both catching Findlay Stacker by a second a lap. They've now lost a second this lap because it was side by side throughout the whole lap. Now Eric Johansson needs to regroup. They need to walk together first to get to P4 and P5 before resuming their battle, because Findlay Stacker is there for the taking as Aaron Harris now looks to the inside of turn 1. Matt Pryor, there's a bit of a lag, but everything is okay. And even Melendez is 4/10 behind Marcel Miku. He's in the tow. This is the first time he's got tow from Marcel Miku, but he's been pulled away. Maybe Melendez, for once, is using a higher downforce setup? Question mark?
It could be. I mean, me personally, I would opt for something more straight line for this track by just looking at the track map. I mean,
side by side for P5. Jack Smith sends it to the inside of Eric Johansson. Sorry to cut you off there, but I think he's made the move. Jack Smith up to P5. And he has a brilliant chance of P4 because Findlay Stacker is there, right in front of him.
I mean,
But battle for the lead. 2/10. Oh, Marcel Miku is off.
Oh, he's gonna have to
this is the
defend heavily.
chance.
He has to try and take
Yes.
the inside line, but no, there goes even Melendez down the inside. They're side by side through turn 1. Marcel Miku just manages to hold on for now as they're heading into another fast corner. Into the S's.
Great
Marcel
landing.
Miku's still ahead, but it's going to be difficult for him in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's under huge pressure. But he's pulled away slightly. 5 tenths, now 4 tenths. Even Melendez gets a better exit, but again on the back straight. I think Marcel Miku actually does turn 4 better. He gains time on the back straight all the time, and Jack Smith around the outside of Findlay Saka into turn 4. Who's going to come out of this battle in front? Findlay Saka fends off the inside line, and Eric Johansson will have the double slipstream down towards turn 5. We got 3 car battles on our hands. Eric Johansson now looking at the rear end of Jack Smith. I think that he's going to go to the inside. He stunted. He stunted. What a move. He's up to P5. And Findlay Saka losing his 2 positions. And now Eric Johansson going for the cutback to the inside of Jack Smith. Thinks better of it. And Aaron Harris around the outside of Matt Pryor. He's done it. He's actually done it around the outside. Matt Pryor still there. And around the outside goes Eric Johansson. He is actually being attacked by Findlay Saka. So Eric Johansson has to fend off Findlay Saka for now. But now P5 is Eric Johansson's. And Aaron Harris has made the move on Matt Pryor, who's lost another position. Actually perking up to P9 out of absolutely nowhere.
Well, yeah, it looked like Aaron Harris was a bit lucky there because Matt Pryor seemed to have a mistake, but still brilliant recovery there from him as Johansson. P5, he's still going to try and get Jack Smith. Yeah. The battle for P1.
Yeah, we have 3 laps remaining. There's a battle for P1, there's a 3-way fight for P4, there's a 4-way fight for P7. Where the hell do you look?
That's a great question. I mean, I think I'm just going to put the mini player on even Melendez as we're looking at Findlay Saka right now.
Stand! Contact! Aaron Harris hits Lachlan PP! That is a dive bomb completely gone wrong for Aaron Harris. He was doing so well, and now he's down to P10. Lachlan PP, who got hit
Whoa!
in 2 positions.
Again, massive contact there with Aaron Harris. He was just spinning across the track and just been completely T-boned there.
Off! A spun goes to Eric Johansson. And Findlay Saka is back to P5.
Everything
And
is
even
just...
Melendez is off. Melendez is off. And he's lost 5 tenths of a second in the final corner. Marcel Miku has a 9 tenths gap going into the final 2 laps. I'm going to the replays. Take it away, Arthur.
I think we can quite frankly say that all the battles have kind of broken up now. I mean, everybody with mistakes all of a sudden. And it's all costing time as Lachlan PP spins. Can he rejoin safely as he reverse across the track? Lachlan PP, I am sorry man, but what am I witnessing? You reverse on an active track, hit another car and then you hit them again. And you don't give the position back. That's also a choice.
Yeah, that is definitely a stand-down penalty on Aaron Harris for dive bombing and locking up, hitting Lachlan PP, and then rejoining across the track, hitting Alan Fanon. But you said Lachlan PP basically did the same thing.
Well, yeah.
He hit Alan Fanon.
I saw him spin. I saw him spin, and then he just reversed onto the active track and yeah, contact. I mean, in these cars it's easy to do a clutch kick.
How unlucky is Alan Fanon? He got hit by Aaron Harris spinning across the track trying to rejoin. Then he got hit by Lachlan PP reversing.
Yeah, I mean, some people just have
the
horrid
Frenchman
luck,
has
man.
no luck.
I mean,
and now Aaron Harris is passing Ethan Wall into P9, and we're into the final lap of the race. Yes, Sato.
I once had a spa race where I had the same incident happen to me twice, and that's a car just reversing into me. Knowing that there's close pack racing, they go off and then they just reverse into you, which is crazy to think about because they don't see any wrongdoing or they just say won't happen again, but then you see it happen again. So it is very, very frustrating. If you ever crash, just try to hit your clutch or wait until all the cars have passed. That's my advice, but yeah.
Meanwhile, Retrospec has absolutely killed Layla. that was one of the worst moves I've ever seen, but yes, we are into the final lap. So Marcel Miku low off. Even Melendez is off. Now surely Marcel Miku just need to calm down, take the hairpin carefully, because he lost all of his positions in this corner here at turn 9. He's clearing through there. Well, surely now with 2 corners remaining, Marcel Miku is going to win. He would have got a double victory. But it's a P4 and a P1, and he actually still loses points to Ivan Melendez, who gets a P1 and a P2 tonight.
I mean, still, I don't think Marcel Miku can really complain about a win after that.
Battle for P3. Jack Smith, does he send it? He doesn't.
He doesn't. He stays behind, which is quite a sensible move in my opinion.
Yeah, he's just going to take the points because, yeah, he's third in the championship, and he will basically be still third in the championship. And Eric Johansson, who got passed by Findlay Secker, actually couldn't repass Findlay Secker. So brilliant drive by Findlay Secker. A P5 is definitely the British driver's best result this season, whose previous best result is only a P11. So very well done to Findlay Secker.
Yeah, and then right now, all the cars crossing the line. Petralia very far back, unfortunately, after, you know, I'm gonna say it honestly, quite frankly, a horrible race for her. Not entirely down to her fault. I mean, don't think pace was the easiest for her today, but being hit quite a lot also does not help you at all. So that's P13 for her. Retrospect. He's rounding up the final corner right now to finish last. Marcel Miku doing a lap.
He's actually not last. I think Jay Lazona got lapped. So yes, Retrospect is P14 and takes 2 points for his troubles.
Last across the finish line. Quick recovery from myself there as Marcel Miku takes his car home. Just a casual drive back to the pits. Not fast, of course. Playing it safe. Yeah, I mean, what a race. What 2 races. But I mean, the last one was rather something.
That was definitely a race. That is all I'm going to say.
Now I'm in photo mode, and I mean, there's a bit of water here. With a
yeah, I can see it on stream.
Compression thing. With a bit of grass in the water. Yeah, we'll take the camera down to the podium where our drivers would normally be right now. Stands are filled, of course. Ooh, is that a karting track?
Yes, there's a karting track. There is a karting track.
Let's take
well, the race has just finished. Unfortunately, for Skillful Him, in the chat. But well, interview time. Unsurprisingly, Marcel Miku is not here because I imagine he's still pissed after even after the victory. But let's start with Matt Pryor. Hello, Matt.
Hi. That's my introduction.
Well, race 1, you finished 6th. Quite uneventful, if I were to say. Maybe a few.
Stressful.
I mean, you had a great battle with Daniel Airy, but yes, it was for P5, and you lost out.
Yes.
How do you feel about
that? Awful. No. Yeah. So, what happened in race 1? Oh yeah, I went round the outside of someone who qualified ahead of me. I can't remember their name, which is a shame. But kind of, we had a bit of a battle at the start, but ultimately, he was quicker, so he got me in turn 5. Then I had a bit of battle with two people behind me who were like sticking their nose in and whatever. And then Daniel appeared, and he absolutely just like made me look silly around the outside of the first hairpin. So turn 6, I think, 5, 6. Yeah. Um, and then I kind of just was behind him, and I had a couple goes here and there, but I couldn't get past, which was disappointing. But good job to him.
Yes, and second race, you were leading. So you got passed by the two championship contenders, which makes sense. But then you spun at turn 4.
Yeah, that happened. So turn 1, someone behind me got a start for dreams, and I was going 3 wide in turn 1. I was on the outside trying to get all of the space, and then I had quite a big knock, which kind of I think did a bit of front end damage, plus put me into the grass a bit, which was not very nice, and I took offense to that. But yeah, then I kind of managed to keep it in a straight line, which was nice. Then everything happened in front of me. Then yeah, Marcel got me. I mean, I tried, but it's probably
Oh, you did dive. I did see the dive into turn 5.
yes. And then I locked up, and then I was like, "Oh God, don't hit Miku." Out of all the people to hit,
You also had a huge lockup in the same corner on Daniel Airing race 1, now that I remember. You just about avoided hitting him as well in the same
yeah.
corner.
So basically, the brake bias that I use for the lap, if you want to go for a dive, I kept forgetting to move it back. So I would slam on the brakes, and computer would say no. So yeah. Otherwise, I think I would have been more. That would have definitely helped with my competitiveness if I had brakes. Yeah. Then I spun. Then I drove a bit, and then I spun out the last corner, which was impressive. Spun right into the middle of the track. Not intentional. I did hold my brakes. And yeah, then I ended up fighting with Aaron Harris, which was fun. Sadly, there was another guy behind us, and both of them ended up going through. But then I think it were in Lackland, I think, spun, and then Aaron Harris was just like wrong place, wrong time. And yeah, so although the result wasn't great, but I had fun, and that's all that matters, apparently.
Well, you lost valuable championship points to Daniel Airy because you two are battling for 4th in the championship, and he
Oh,
got P3 in race 2.
Jesus.
So you'll be significantly behind him. Well, not
Um,
significantly, but you know what I mean.
well, if anyone's got any PayPal, then let me know.
Very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Aaron Harris actually locked up and hit Lackland PP
Oh,
into turn 4. So
okay. That's a shame. Because
yeah,
it was a really difficult corner to overtake on. Because if you're on the outside, then you could either carry it or you just set them up and get the slipstream. But if you're on the
yeah.
inside, you're so pinched that it was like
But
you kind of have to
he,
shove them.
yeah, but on the replay, I think Aaron Harris just brake about 50 meters too late, so he was
Oh, okay.
completely locked full of his front wheels off. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was suboptimal, and
Here's a
the,
top tip: brake at the braking points.
That sounds too difficult, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
yes,
actually like to send it like after it, man. Like once the apex hit, that's my braking marker.
I don't mean to give like professional advice here, but I know some people can't take it. Yeah. Well, I do know what happened with my first spin. Melendez got past me, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's the way the track is natured. Because you got the chicane, and the chicane exits you right at the braking zone. You'll just take his normal line, but in the moment it just made it look like he'd moved, and it just put me off. And like I reacted on the brakes, and then I spun.
Yeah, it is very easy because I had the same thing when we did on the practice server. When I tried to turn and brake at the same time, the rear just
Yes.
says goodbye. Yeah.
Yes. Again, computer says no.
I think she just sent it in there and basically parked it on the apex.
Yeah, like
So like
he was just
it's
driving.
unfortunate. Yeah. But he did hit Jack Smith off at turn 2, so he could get a penalty for that if Jack Smith reports
Ooh.
it. So
If everybody gets a penalty, then I will win.
yeah, let's just say the amount of bad driving we saw in the 40 minutes tonight has been more than the whole season so far.
It did felt,
It was horrendous.
especially the starts, like a little bit of, especially the start of race 2. Those like first couple laps, it was like someone's gonna kill me, and a lot of just. It's not even people going for like big sends. From what I saw, it was just people going for half moves, and then you just having to avoid them, and then that backs you up into the next guy, and it just makes these messy situations. Yeah.
Yeah, I think another issue is the actual like long braking zones on this track. They're all very sendable, but then there are also like 6 very short braking zones.
Yeah.
So if the gap, like if the lap times are like a second and a half off between two drivers, like one driver could be using 50% braking, those short braking, the one driver could be just using 5% and just coasting through. So that will just
Yeah.
cause a huge apex speed difference.
Because also you have the cambers as well. So that's why you can make it around
Exactly.
the outside of some of the hairpins, is because of those some camber in the road. But then it like, especially kind of that 4, 5, 6, it's like on the guy on the right and the left both get camber, then the track dips away and the guy on the outside is just going to like understeer off. Then it's a flat left, as in flat as in the track's flat. It's not flat. I mean, unless someone's got some god tier setup. Then like going back up, then you've got the 2 hairpins kind of in sort of sector 3-ish. Especially that second one, it's cambered initially, then it goes into a crest, so your back steps out. Yeah, I think it's like if you aren't used to the track and you're placing your cars in places that you think you can put it, and then you realize, oh, I'm on the wrong place on the crest or a camber or whatever, and it's just gonna like, and you just get unexpected understeer or oversteer. That probably doesn't help either. But yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah, final question. I've forgotten even that you went off at turn 1 going 3 wide. So you were down to like P7. How did you get to the lead at the end of lap 1 in race 2?
I have literally no idea.
I've just put the two things together and that doesn't sound right.
I literally, I think there may have been an incident at 4 between 2 cars, and then I mean, I ultimately got the lead because the guy who was leading, and I can't remember his name either, he went wide at turn 1. That put me in the lead. But yeah, I don't know. You have to watch the replay.
That was Lachlan PP at the start of lap 2. Yes, he was
Oh,
leading
yes.
and he dove off himself.
Yeah.
But
Which is
yes,
I saw Miku behind me now, and I was like, Miku's probably going to get me. Will he wait for me to get the guy in front? And then I kind of braked early into turn 1 a little bit, just kind of being cautious just in case he sent it, and then that was the right thing to do in the end. Yeah.
Do you regret fighting Melendez? Because that would have been easy P3. I would imagine if you didn't spin the first time, right?
Do I
Right,
live with the
surely.
regrets? This is a good question. This is a spiritual question. It's one of those things where it's like there are some leagues where you absolutely are pushing, and I think there's even this Tatuus league. Like we've had seasons when we've been fighting, and I've been like thinking about who I'm racing, what my position is. You know, is it worth to have this fight? Is it not worth to have this fight? But then, like for this season, because that front package is so strong, like I'd rather just have a bit of fun. Obviously, it's not ideal when it causes myself to have a skill issue. Um, but like, you know, because there might be a time, you know, you're also learning how they race as well. So um, there might be a time when you're both equal on pace and you know how that guy races because you battled him before. Also, you know, there may be a race later in the season where you are ahead of that guy going into the last 5 minutes and you're used to racing him because you've been being really annoying. I'm not allowed to swear. Piece of wasp. Um, kind of before, so you understand how they race. So I don't regret it. Like I want to try and beat them if I can, even if it's not a pace thing, if it's a defense thing or whatever. Then yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, thank you, Matt. Let's move on to Layla Charlie. Hello, Layla. If you are still here, I don't think she's here anymore.
Doesn't look like it indeed.
To be honest, from the
Oh.
second race, I can understand why.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
that'd be
She,
one of my
I
first
was, I
questions,
was,
but
yeah, I was with Layla at the back together with Retro because I got taken out by Retro from the second race. Oh my gosh, I can see why that man has a lot of penalties now. I understand now because,
well, I mean,
oh my
according to
gosh.
him,
Sorry to interrupt. 1 second. We're gonna do Findlay Sacker's interview first because
Alright.
he is leaving
All
soon.
right.
So yeah, Jay will come to you back in a moment. Findlay Sacker, are you here?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Findlay. Congratulations on a personal best, P5, I believe, in race 2.
Yes, thank you. That was very very lucky for me in race 2 because race 1 was a disaster, I believe, for everybody.
It was definitely a disaster for everybody in both races for some people. But yeah, I think you were as high as P3, but of course the drivers behind were faster. But you
Yeah.
did hold off Eric Johansson in the final laps. Talk us through the battle with him, perhaps.
Yeah, I got up to P3. And unfortunately, a bit of glitching happened, and on a straight, I was jump frogged.
Oh.
But then towards the end of the race, I was having a close battle, and luckily, no glitching on my half. So, new things are happening here. But yeah, all went well, I think, in the second race.
Indeed, but yeah, I do believe. I think there are people in the paddock check saying you might have a slight lagging issues. I just hope that whatever the issue is, you can get it solved as soon as possible.
Yes. It's been hard work getting the internet good over here because we have like 8 machines here at Drive Lounge, and when they're all running and we've got screens running, it is very laggy at the best times.
Yeah, that is a lot of burden on the same internet. I can imagine.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a bit worse at London. I've got more than 8, I believe.
Oh.
well, I mean,
Well.
your performances have been on the uptick though, so I must say that before you had today was brilliant, man. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. I've literally jumped on this track on Tuesday, and then my coach Zach Sweedy, who I believe you interviewed last week. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
He said if you get a sub 1 minute 30, I'll be happy. And then I did like a 1:28, which was pretty good. Unfortunately, I did not get that time in qualifying. But that didn't really matter because it was a terrible race in race one anyway.
Technically, I interviewed him. Just to say.
Yeah, bragging rights.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, final question for Finley. There are 3 rounds remaining: Red Bull Ring, Road America, and Barcelona. Which one of the 3 are you most looking forward to?
So I've done Red Bull Ring in the past, same with Barcelona. I've not driven Road America for a few years now. I'm not looking forward to Barcelona because that is going to be a long race. And with all these internet issues, hopefully that I don't have, it will be pain.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yes, best of luck in the rest of the season, I guess.
thank you.
And yes, see you next week on track.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Now let's move on to Jay Lazona. Hello, Jay. We can talk through your
Hello.
battle with Retrospect again, and also with Lila Petralia at the end of race 2. Talk us through whatever you were saying before we had to cut you off.
Okay, so I don't really get why that happened. Both races are involved with the first race. I got involved at the battle between Lewis and Retro for me getting taken out, and suddenly I got disconnected. So yeah, that's what happened earlier in the race one. It was the disconnection and a race getting me taken out by someone who was also lagging, which was Lewis while he was battling with Retro. And then for the second race, I had a good pace there for a while on the second, until to the second lap between me and Retro while I was battling with him. I gave him like so much space when like from a big hairpin from I think that was like turn 4 or 5. Uh, I don't know why, but I got taken out from that corner, and oh well, it is racing. So I tried to keep up with Retro, but I made another mistake again from not having my fuel to be enough for like 20 minutes,
Oh,
because
God.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I did not wake up for me just to get taken out from 2 races, man. I woke up just to to be energized to race. Not like this. Oh well, it happened already, so yeah. But
Well, but if you just woke up, you definitely have cold hands, and the brain is still, trying to
oh
turn
no.
itself on.
Oh no, I'm actually warm in every morning
Okay.
once if I have a good proper sleeping, yeah. So yeah. Well, good race though from for the others. So yeah.
Yes, yes. So yes, I can see the Luis Rubiales. His ping at race 1 at the highest point was 31,000 ms.
Yeah, that's where it suddenly got me taken out. Like what the heck?
Yeah, well, he's had that issue, I think, a lot of times. I don't actually
Yeah.
know if it's an internet or just a hardware issue. Because sometimes when people's laptop or slash computer is really bad, it takes them like ages to join. So that can also
Oh.
cause like the ping to
Oh yeah,
like
that's
go
true.
extremely high. Yeah, but I don't know which case it is for him. But yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, at least you still got a point in race 2. It's you didn't wake up for absolutely nothing. A point is still a point, I guess.
Yeah, point is still a point at least.
But yeah, is Layla still here?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yeah,
are.
she's
Hello,
awake.
Layla.
Hello.
Race. I mean, you had two quite unfortunate races, to be honest. But I guess it's because you're not really used to the Tatuus cars.
I don't really drive it much, but today it felt weirdly lacking grip, especially on exit. And mid corner grip was somewhere but not present really. So yeah,
Do you think it's a
it kind of felt undecent to drive, but yeah.
Do you think it's a setup issue or a track issue?
I really tried everything and it really didn't change much. So I think, and I don't think it's a track issue or car issue. Honestly, I think it's just maybe like some tracks and some cars aren't made for extended physics. So like, yeah, I think that's also a major problem with it.
Yeah, because I saw you getting overtaken around the outside of turn 2, I think, and the apex speed was the difference in apex speed was quite large. You had an incident at turn 1, I believe. You went off and then you spun across the track and crashed into two other cars.
How I
What
say
happened
it
there?
is, I went wide, like in
Hmm.
mid corner grip. So I
Yeah.
I jumped on the curb, which then spun me as soon as I got down of it because it was in the grass.
Hmm.
I I gained control just before the contact. Even though I moved the string to the right, I couldn't move it in time, so I got collected.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that the two behind me didn't lift before hitting me. So
That is also true. There's a lot of well, let's just say interesting rejoin and not lifting on the yellows. I've seen about 5 to 10 similar cases tonight, and I am quite honestly not gonna comment on them. But then, and then the race too. I think Retrospect made a dive bomb in turn 6 on you, and both of you went off. It was like with 2 laps remaining in race 2. Do you still remember that?
yeah. Basically, he went for a move around the inside after being right behind me. He basically dive bombs it. I have a bad line because until then he was forcing me towards the inside of the track, which then I oversped past him basically because yeah, worse exit than me. I was in front before the apex, but then he sends it down the inside, and yeah, me having a bad line already, I had to slow down a little more, which caused him to get into my side. But honestly, I wouldn't see why someone would go for a move there, knowing how bad the grip is and how the corner is.
That is fair enough. Are you going to do Tata series for the final 3 rounds, or do you think you've suffered enough in this round alone?
No, I think I'll try again probably. Also to add like race 2 on the start, I was kinda collected by the crashing of Eric Johansson and someone else. I don't remember who.
Yes, I believe
Because I
Ivan Melendez hit Jack Smith, and then Jack Smith spun and then took out Eric Johansson on the outside,
yeah,
and then all of the cars behind just got jungled up.
that crash was covered up by the car I had in front,
Ah,
and so I didn't see it. And the car in front braked. I didn't see. I know when I was like 2 centimeters from the back of his car, so I hit him and spun me around.
mm,
Well, I mean, we have one more person who wants to go into the interview. It's Retrospect himself, so I'm going to move him in here. Welcome, Retrospect.
Hello,
Talk us through your
hello.
race.
So this race is actually my first race at Tatuus. Before that, I used to compete in the VRC, and mostly I felt as if it was a lot more messier, as that the amount of crashes is a lot more compared to the VCR tournament, and it felt as if, especially for the first couple of laps, there were a lot of crashes, and I tried to avoid as most as I can, but in reality, it felt as if there was like too much for me to handle, and eventually at two of the races, right, I mostly just screw up by pretty much driving into people and just absolutely screwing up my pace. At first, if there was less crashes, I would have got like a higher like position, especially in race two where I could have got an eighth, but then I crashed into someone and then it basically got down towards like 15s, which I managed to recover around 12. So it wasn't really a good race for myself, but I know that that I may have the potential just to, as obviously to go through like this tournament and eventually in 2026, because I'll be competing in a lot more tournaments. I may actually have like a better headspace, more experience, and may have higher positionings.
Well, I mean, I must say that's a very positive attitude to be looking at improving.
Yep, cause simply like I don't, cause like it's simply the beginning of my motorsports career to be honest. Cause honestly, I run the channel Retrospect 69, and that normally has my go karting videos and pretty much all my other videos and sorts, and I normally just focus on both esports and go kart just so I can make it up to F1. But to be honest, I honestly, having a real positive attitude is the number one thing you want to have, especially beginning of your career, just so that you could optimize it and mostly improve better. Because if you have a terrible optimistic mood or a terrible mood or mindset, you won't really progress as much.
Alright, any
And
more questions from you, HC?
Well, I have to ask about a very contentious moment at the end of race one. Uh,
yeah, shoot it.
you you may or may not have impeded Marcel Miku, who was the race leader, right behind you, and then he spun and lost 3 positions because of it. Did you get any
With
blue flags?
Yeah, I think I know what he's talking about. I think that was like the second chicane corner onto the final.
It's the third to last corner on the second to last lap.
Yeah, I know what you talk about. Basically, right. What happened is that simply he was behind me, and of course, like where he was gonna overtake was extremely dangerous, as that there was extremely low grip, especially around that corner. That actually, in fact, caused him just to simply spin out. I don't believe I caused anything to happen in that crash in order for him to spin out, but mostly like he could just say that I caused it. But mostly from my point of view, I believe like I didn't really cause it. That he must have like overshooted it. Like I just because like I was gonna let him overtake after that corner where I was on the straight just so that I could securely go out the way, because if I immediately go out right, I'll immediately just crash into the barriers and just lose all my potential. It was so I was gonna in fact give him the attention of allowing him to pass, but it's just that right where he was overtaking, it was extremely dangerous since it was a corner instead of being on like the straights where I'm normally used to allowing people to overtake under blues.
That part I perfectly understand because in the hairpin it is tight and you shouldn't let somebody pass through there because it's very easy to get confused. So why did you not let him pass before the 2 hairpins? Like on the straight, on the short shoot between turn 7 and turn 8? Because I think you were already being shown yellow, blue flags and it was for the leader, so...
So pretty much by the other turn, by the second turn, I was shown the blue because basically that them two turns alone are really short and the straight is extremely short. So pretty much I believe like you may not like what I'm about to say, but I believe I personally like it would have been a lot more dangerous just to pretty much allow him on that straight instead of pretty much allowing me to overtake to pretty much stay on the two chicane points and then let him overtake on the last. At first, if like he was just simply overshooting it, because like it's simply it is easy at all to overshoot that corner if you put in a little bit too much throttle or too much brake.
fair. I mean, I mean, it's good that we get to listen to the view of of you on the incident. But I think the reason he was so so urgent was because even Melendez was only a second behind him, and they are going into the final lap. So if he gets held up, he's gonna be under pressure in the final lap. So
I know. I actually, if I understand that, because like, if that was me, my position, I'll be stressing the heck out. But like, yeah, mostly like, I understand if he's gonna blame me because my point of view, if I had his own point of view, it would be like, oh right, this guy's gonna be a terrible guy. He's not really being as good, and that I may actually have my whole race screwed over because of him. So I understand where he's actually getting pissed off from. But like, overall, yeah, it feels as if he was in a very stressful situation, and I could tell based on how he was driving, and simply that spin out just showed that he was pretty much on the boiling point of the stress, to be honest. Because he was not only being held up, but the person behind him, who was of course catching up to him, would actually eventually overtake, and who knows, may steal the championship from him.
I think, to be honest, if you're being lapped in a 20-minute race, your race is not worth anything, then you should just get out of the way as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but always have that optimism that no matter like if my race is already screwed over or like any of the sorts, I just always continue to race because honestly, like if you're gonna continue to have like the mentality that if your race is gonna get screwed over, you may actually have that mentality carried over in like future races, which
Yeah, but
I
it's not
don't
a
really.
mentality thing to screw up other people's races.
I mean, I'd like to add my 2 cents. I think it's good to stay positive and to keep racing, but you also need to realize that there are people racing for the championship, and thus you have to keep that into account for yourself to let them through once you can.
Yeah,
If you're
I
getting
was good.
lapped, if you're getting
Like,
lapped, you should have the mentality more of to keep on pushing to try and improve your lap times, but not at the expense of other cars. If you see you're getting blue flagged,
yeah,
you
exactly.
try to get
If it,
yourself lapped, and then
yeah,
you just try to learn the track and
It's
get some
not.
track time and
It's
experience.
not. It's not a mindset. It's not a positive mindset thing to hold other people up. It's a positive. It's an arrogance thing. It's saying my mindset is so positive. I'm going to compromise other people's race, who are doing better than me. You know, in a year's time, you might be on their pace, but then you'd expect the new guy coming in, who's doing his first race, to show you the same respect. You know, if you're lapping him, fighting for a win, you know, it's not a. You can have a positive mindset, but that doesn't mean you get in the way of people.
yeah, I actually understand. Yeah, I actually understand, right? It's like, cause like it can't sound as if I'm blaming it on like my mindset or anything, but it was just also by the fact, right, that it was simply very unoptimal just to like allow him to simply overtake there. My point of view, because basically at that point, right, I knew for a fact, right, that I have to in fact let him over immediately, and I knew for a fact, right, by the time he actually managed to get closer to me, I was already at the second corner. So I was thinking, right, oh right, he was in fact right I was gonna take the turn, go on the straight right, then have to pull over to the right or left, and then pretty much allow him to in fact pass and overtake myself. I was actually gonna allow that to happen, but honestly, like it was quite unfortunate how he actually in fact managed to just spin out.
But it's if you're in a position where you know that you're so far off the pack, you know, look, everyone has those races where just everything goes wrong. It's not about a pace thing to be at the back. Like sometimes just like the world just hates you that day. But if you're at the back, then you need to be keeping an eye on, right, okay, I'm at the back. How close are the leaders to me? Am I going to be at risk? You know, the blue flag is kind of just sort of saying, just to let you know, I'm now about to overtake you. But you should kind of already know that it's coming at some point anyway.
Yeah, I do thought that he was gonna come up eventually, but like, cause like how his pace was quite amazing to be honest, and I do thought that eventually was actually gonna come up, and I do thought that I was gonna get screwed over based on if I don't let him to pass, especially from experience from the VRC tournaments that I've been participating in. It just felt like as if like was it that it was just at the point where I have to allow it to just overtake because honestly that corner is very tight and anything could just happen. Like you could blame it on me like if I caused it and I will in fact take the blame for it. I will take the blame for him just to eventually screw over get himself screwed over by my own
Yeah.
terrible pushover.
So
But
I
like
will give
honestly
you. There is a kind of another perspective on this. Is now I have done this on occasion when I felt that the blue flag has come at a tricky spot. Is if I can see that our lap times are pretty similar, I would go, right, okay, do I have time to get through the chicane? Okay, our lap times are probably within, if they if our times are within like half a second or something, sometimes I will just go, right, I'm going to go through the chicane, I'm going to keep to my racing lines, I'm predictable, and then just go off at the next opportunity. But you got to be that's a rare thing to do because you got to be so confident that you're not going to bottle it, which I have done before. I have bottled it in front of leaders, like absolutely. But
on
your default should be, especially if, like you're new to the car, you're probably not going to be within half a second of the leaders. Is you should be like, I need to get out the way as quickly as possible. Like I don't care if I lose 30 seconds more on my race time. I just got to get out of the way. These guys are fighting for a win. Now, you should be getting with anybody, kind of, no matter if they're fighting for the win or not, by default. But you can understand Miku's reaction, fighting for the win.
Yeah,
But
I understand it. Yeah, he probably gonna get pissed off. Like, I'll like honestly to God, just like say absolutely terrible things, which I won't say. But like, if that was in my position, like I would say the most diabolical things. Honestly, but like, yeah, I understand where he's getting pissed off from. I'll take the blame for it. But like, honestly, it felt as if like it wasn't really my best races, especially when there was in fact multiple crashes that were happening throughout the whole race, which pretty much screwed mine and many other people's paces and positioning up, which I'm gonna make multiple reports on. So yeah, but like hopefully the next track would be not only if a lot more straighter but with fewer corners just so that this blue flag situation won't happen ever again because honestly I don't want to in fact like take up people's times especially on the race itself as that it could count championship points which could in fact matter if they want to in fact get the championship win or pretty much be on the podium for the championship. So pretty much in the next race I will in fact try and allow as much people do as I can on the straights and hopefully to God there'll be less corners for me just to take up people's times.
Alright, and that concludes the interviews and the races here today around Okayama. Join us tomorrow for the MX5 races and the TCR races, which will be streamed tomorrow. So, see you all next time.